I think one of the challenges that lawyers have when they even start contemplating or considering selling their law firm is determining the value that they should be seeking. Maybe you could enlighten us on the components to valuing a law practice.
Sure. And here we'll call up, another graphic. It's interesting, and we'll see here that we've got 4 in green and 1 in blue. Okay, literally up until mid 2021, we answered that question as saying that there were 4 components to valuing a law practice, and the 4 components are the client list, the referral source list, the goodwill of a senior attorney, and the subject matter knowledge. We added a 5th component. We really sat back and started to reflect on 2020 and the impact that 2020 continues to have on us, because I fully subscribe to the following, Ari, that 2020 has brought us so much closer to 2030 than to 2019. And with that in mind, we added this 5th component to value, which is digital value, brand value. We're probably going to talk more about brand during the course of our discussion today. But when lawyers come to us and they say, what's my practice worth? Okay, at this point in time, okay, I'm not putting, you hear me, Ari, I'm not putting an actual number. I'm not saying that there's a multiple out there, and there aren't reliable multiples out there. For those people watching and considering, okay, what's my practice worth? There are some exceptions, and trial attorneys, who we'll probably talk about too, is an interesting exception for trial attorneys. But by and large, in today's marketplace, where lawyers built their practices not necessarily on brand, but built it on the goodwill of the attorneys and the goodwill of their firm that they developed. People aren't coming to those law firms by and large because of the brand they developed. It's because of the exceptional lawyers there and the client list that they've developed. So when it comes to your question about, okay, how do you value a practice? The value of your practice is really the sum of these 5 parts. The size of your, what's called that book of business, which is the client list and your referral source list, the goodwill that the senior attorney and his firm has developed in their local community, state, nation, sometimes even internationally, and that great subject matter knowledge they've become over the course of their careers. If we think about whether it's a trial lawyer who's an expert in TBI and has done multiple, traumatic brain injury matters over the course of their careers, or the estate planner, that has international tax under his or her belt, or the patent lawyer that has a specialty, in a certain area of intellectual property law. The distinguishing factor here is that digital value. Is that now when lawyers are distinguishing themselves digitally and they're building real brand, okay, and people are finding them more and more on Google, that's changing the whole nature, Ari, of how we're going to be able to value law firms post 2020.